giant fist of Joe Louis announcing Detroit as the setting of our broadcast today. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. D.A. will join us tonight on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, Ben Simmons was the top-rated player in high school and in college, but a fractured bone in his foot cost him his first NBA season. He said, "A lot of people forgot about me. You have to build yourself up again. And for me, I wanted to prove myself again." Kevin, we all agree he's done just that.
He sure has. First NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Monday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors.
And for that game against the Bulls, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then there's Richardson, and it's Thybulle in at the 2 guard. And for the Pistons, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffing. Derrick Rose is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Drummond in at the 5. And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Harris outside. Now the pass to Thybulle. Well, Clark, no doubt you've been through this many times. The regular season is a grind. I think you said that before. Do the veteran players need to teach the young guys how to handle that schedule?
I clearly think, Kevin, that the veterans can be helpful, but there's nothing like firsthand experience, and you really have to experience the length and the grueling nature of the season to understand how you best can weather the schedule, but veterans certainly can be helpful.
Is there a rookie wall, Clark? Is that true?
Yeah, I think there is one. Clearly, I hit it, and most rookies that I've talked to during my time and beyond find a period in that season when they bump into that wall.
And it's Harris with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Rose against Embiid. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got his team on the board to start the game for Detroit.
You know, one of the things you can't allow Rose to do, guys, is to find his comfort zone from there because he'll get into a rhythm and torch you.
Harris passes to Thybulle. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg, finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
The 76ers shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the Pistons with possession. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Snell, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Richardson.
And, you know, questions for the Sixers about fit between their 2 young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions because when young players are that talented, sometimes it's hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
That's good from Snell. And for Simmons and Embiid, a clash of styles, too. Simmons, you know, Clark, is at his best in transition.
And, you know, Embiid, guys, is more a half-court threat, attacking in the post. Long term, I think they'll figure it out, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out between those two.
And so Snell nails both of them.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Here's Simmons, drilled from 11 feet out.
I think this is what we all want to see from Simmons, more of him expanding his game and working in the jump shot.
Pass to Jackson. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Rose looking around. 5 on the clock. Right side Griffin. Over Harris. It's hauled in by Harris. So for the Pistons, their last game a loss to the Hawks. Simmons finds Embiid. Count it. Good.
Guys, the passing ability and IQ of Ben Simmons, both amazing.
For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside Rose. Drummond working against Embiid. Drummond dishes to Rose. And the rejection by Embiid.
Yeah, good energy and awareness that time by Embiid to deny that shot.
Rose passes to Griffin. Here's Thybulle. A fresh 14 for Philadelphia. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. They trail by 3. And that one's good. Thybulle.
Timeout.
Thybulle's got 5 now.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
And the Pistons making a change here. Kennard's checked in. Al Horford's checked in for the 76ers. Now here's Jackson. 9 points last game. Pass to Snell. He kicks it to Griffin. And he drops it in from the low post.
And that's just too easy. When Griffin gets to that area of the floor, expect him to finish.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And that one's good. Thybulle.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Passes it to Snell. Horford against Griffin. Good work defensively by Horford.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Morris is checked in for Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. And Doumbouya is subbed in for Tony Snell. Here's Kennard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 1:36 left to play in the first quarter. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Reggie Jackson. Last season's performance for him averaged about 15 points a game, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Pistons trailed by 5. It's tipped. Morris outside. Back to Jackson. Over Simmons. Jackson misses.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he challenged the shot, and you can see the effects on the release of that shot. I mean, it turned a simple jumper into a tough one.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Doumbouya. No good with the triple. Philadelphia leading by 5. Harris drives in. And the rejection by Jackson. Yep, it counts. 32 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The pass to Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
15 seconds left in the first quarter. Simmons, the bounce pass. Here's Harris. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Harris has got his second basket of the night.
Boy, this is the threat that Harris poses now. He's a scorer from every level. Inside, three-point land, and at the rim.
And so it's Philadelphia, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be right back after this. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Pistons, Markieff Morris is out there with Wood. Then there's Doumbouya. Then it's Rose, and it's Kennard in at the 2. First free throw is good. Who do you think is the best center right now, spacing the floor and also embracing the traditional responsibilities of a center?
Boy, I tell you, it wasn't until the playoffs of this past season that I got to see Jokic. My goodness, he is a joy to watch. His footwork, his shot making, his skill, and I think his passing is probably the best attribute of his game. But I would put him in that category because he can make the deep three. Embiid is streaky from there. In terms of the balanced approach, I think probably you could throw Karl Anthony Towns in that mix.
Good names.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Rose passes to Kennard. Back to Rose. Over Simmons. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Rose has got his second bucket of the game to go. The 76ers leading by 5. Pass to Scott. Back to Simmons. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Outside Mirotic. Off target from outside. And, well, Detroit shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Doumbouya, good.
That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
And Simmons kicks to Scott. Back to Simmons. Richardson gets a wide open look. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Richardson's got his first points of the night.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Rose against Scott. Can't hit from 12. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. It's a 5-point game. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Scott, good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Morris finds Rose. Dumboya with it. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. Simmons with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. No good from Simmons. Pistons trail by 7. Here's Dumboya. Morris, no good.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. And the Pistons with possession here. They trail by 9 points. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Grady's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Simmons looking around. Here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 5 assists tonight.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Griffin passes to Rose. Off target with his 3. The 76ers leading by 9. To the paint. Here's Bolden. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Jackson, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. The Pistons have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Outside Jackson, pass to Griffin. Outside Rose. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And that's just strong, tough action from Rose there. Staying in control and getting the job done with authority.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Philadelphia.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
The NBA does have a most improved player of the year. They don't have a comeback player of the year. But, Clark, if they did, it would most certainly have gone to Derrick Rose last season.
Could not agree with you more. I thought he had a tremendous season, really burst back in a big way, was a huge factor. Tremendous production once again from him, and you just hope that he can stay healthy and the injuries are completely behind him for the rest of his career.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
So we can't get either to fall.
Well, you look at Ben Simmons and that great body of his and the skills of a guard. That is an incredibly unique combination.
Here's Snell. Sinks that one from the post. 55 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Simmons. He had 40 points in the win against Boston.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
The 76ers again can't hit it.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Philadelphia leading by 6. 23 seconds left to play in the first half. And Griffin sends it back. And it's Rose penetrating. Jackson against Horford. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. With 1 on the clock. No good. Shot missing. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
We played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a 6-point lead. Kenny?
They were really efficient on offense. Shared the basketball well, great shot selection. That accounted for a high field goal percentage in the first half.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Their shooting rhythm was off, under 40%. Some of that was shot selection. Some of it was the defense stepping up. My guess is we'll see some significant changes as things get going in the season. Increasing off-the-ball activity, making the extra pass, and trying to get better looks.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Pistons trailed by 6. And so in the game for the 76ers, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Then it's Simmons. Then there's Richardson. And it's Thybulle in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Griffin. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Harris. Passes it to Thybulle. Tries again. And Harris lays it up and in. Harris has got the opening bucket to start the second half for Philadelphia. And here's Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Griffin draws the double. Rose with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Rose. Good. Mark, you ever think we'll see a player coach in the NBA again?
I don't think so, Kevin. The role is just so demanding. You know, it requires so much, and there's so much scrutiny now. I don't think you can effectively play and coach in this day and age. No, I don't think you'll see it happen.
Last one we saw was Dave Cowens back in the late 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's a long time ago now.
The Boston Celtics.
Yep.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
From outside the arc, it's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Thybulle, the pass to Harris. Detroit with the rebound.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here are the 76ers now. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the 76ers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Here's Thybulle. He's covered by Rose. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left them no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Well, I tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there, and that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Morris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. Doomboy is checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Kennard in for Jackson. And then for Philadelphia, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Joel Embiid. Mirotic comes in for Tobias Harris. And Jonah Bolden subbed in for Simmons. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer. The 76ers with another miss.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Kennard, the pass to Wood. The kick out to Rose. Mirotic grabs the miss. The 76ers leading by 5.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
Here's Kennard. Rose finds Morris. Rebound by the 76ers. They've led by as many as 11 points. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's his first foul. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Detroit. Al Horford, he's checked in for the 76ers. And Philadelphia has possession. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Richardson outside. And it's blocked. And here we go, the Pistons fast break.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Outside Mirotic. With the teardrop, Morris with the rebound. And Coach Brown Clark captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation. And I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
Kennard's shot is off. The 76ers leading by 3. Ball's knocked loose. Thybulle makes it off the glass. Thybulle's got 9.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Jackson kicks to Doomboy. 1:30 left in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Jackson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And a chance to check out the stats for Richardson. Good season for him last year. He put in about 16 points a game last year, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And the Pistons making a change here. Snell's checked in. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Scott's checked in. Horford the pass to Mirotic. They get the rebound and finished off by Horford.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Jackson, that's a two-pointer, and he hits the jump shot. Jackson's got his first bucket of the night.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Richardson against Jackson. Richardson outside, and the pass to Thybulle. Pocket 6. Shoots a 3. That shot off, and it's Detroit the other way.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Richardson. That's tipped. They get it back. Horford finds Mirotic. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by Wood. Here's Kennard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
This is his first free throw of the game.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
And the first one drops. Both teams will make substitutions. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. From deep three-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. 76ers lead by 2. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Keep working the baseline behind the defense. But down there, keep crowding the lane. Keep crowding the lane. All right, show no gaps. Show no gaps.
So the message there, backdoor cuts and strong interior D.
And that's smart coaching, Kevin, wanting his team to come together during this stretch.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Snell in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. The 76ers leading. Here's Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And it's 8 points for Tobias Harris.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Drummond in the post. Embiid's there. From the low block. In deep. Drummond drops it in.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Here's Simmons, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Griffin inside, guarded by Horford. Jackson against Simmons, and stolen by Simmons. Out to the right wing. Here's Horford. The three-pointer, no good. Pistons trailed by 4. Right side Rose.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And it's good, 2 points.
You know, when he's driving, Joel Embiid is really focused on scoring through contact, and he's got the strength to be able to do it.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He said, this is where we make our move. This game is going to come down to big plays. Whichever team makes them is going to come out of here with the win. Kevin, you know what side he's on.
All right, thank you, David.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Horford against Griffin. Nice touch on the shot from close range.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Here's Thybulle. Rebound by the Pistons.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Richardson's checked in. And it's Harris with the ball for Philadelphia. They've led by as many as 11 points. Pass to Embiid. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Snell, guarded by Harris. Pass to Rose. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Drummond passes to Griffin. They double team Griffin. That's tipped. And now Philadelphia on the break. Throws down off the coast-to-coast drive.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
1:53 left in the fourth. Snell from outside, but they get it back. Moves back up. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Blake Griffin.
How about the strength and focus there of Griffin? Absorbs the hit and still finishes.
Pass to Simmons. 1:30 left in the game. The pass to Embiid. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Al Horford is checked in for Joel Embiid. Pistons trail by 6. Bounce pass from Rose. Griffin draws the double. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Rose. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Great respect for how Rose raises his level of play in the biggest moments.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're up by 4. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
Pass to Harris. The shot, no good. Griffin with some nice D. To the right side. Here's Rose. It's deflected. And so they choose to intentionally foul. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5.
You look at Ben Simmons, and it's easy to compare him somewhat to LeBron James because he's a walking triple-double threat every game. And quite honestly, I think he's only going to get better, especially if he adds a jump shot.
Outside for Jackson. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're leading by 2. 16 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're down by 4. 15 seconds left in the game. Here's Rose. It drops. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
I tell you what, this is the white-hot version of Derrick Rose right now.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're behind by 4. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what do you think?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
Yeah, they're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
Good!
You know, this is what Rose does best to me, guys. A scorer who attacks on offense with unbridled ferocity.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. Drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shoots. Money! So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Al, congrats. Tough game tonight. When do you think you guys really locked in and started taking control of the game?
It all started the second half. We didn't do a good job the first half. We let him hang around. But, you know, at least we reacted better the second half. It's just one of those games that we just had to, you know, will our way to win this.
A lot of games like that, you have to kind of just grind out, Al. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.